And this is Matt Heil purchasing a sketchbook from Pete Doolittle in San Francisco. We're here at Beanbag Cafe. And I mean, it's like a little before 3 o'clock. And what's the date today? May 28th. So we're just going to let Pete explain away.
Well, okay. You got this book to me when I was in my 90-day program. And
how is the 90-day program?
It worked good. It did its job. I mean, just to drink and smoke. I got healthcare and I'm on meds now. So I'm not having the problems.
So we're talking to the real Pete now.
yeah. Well, he's always there. There's just like this fuzzy tension that, could get in the way. But no, it worked out really well. The front of the book, A Missing Person, which is what I call the book. I got this little piece here that's the skull. It was before I got into my 90-day program. I was in my 2-week program, scouting out, interviewing for places. And they had me in the deep mission at this ghetto-ass place. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get my mental health together. This is not one of the places you go to do that.
You're not supposed to surround with like...
Yeah, it was like 30 at the mission, basically, and just really cutty little corner. And I was literally coming back out after the interview, and they were pulling all this stuff out. There was a fire in one of the little SRO hotels. And this little burnt piece of paper that looked like a skull landed right in front of my...
Nice, a little gift.
When I picked it up, put it in my notebook.
Out of the ashes.
And this is the remains of a bridge. Remains of a man found under the bridge. I found a book about skulls when I was in rehab too. Let's start it up. First off, we got the date. 8/19/18 is when I started. This is a pretty interesting thing. This is definitely inspired by the old magnolia tree where I had my treehouse when I was a kid. Just some interesting little things, little out of the line. It was when me and my ex, she had moved to Oregon. There was still a longing for each other. And I think this piece, it definitely has something to do with that. That's some interesting little things. It was the first day I got it. I actually came here and sat in that corner and started drawing it. And then the problem I was having is because it's like the moleskin notebook, you draw and it comes through the other side. You don't let draw and go through the other side. So I was using like postal stickers like I used to with my graffiti stickers.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. So you ended up getting...
where you'd like pre-draw them and just like randomly stick them there?
Yeah. I used to do that when I was a younger man and had time for such things. But yeah, these two were, this is a Cafe International one night during jazz night. I remember drawing that. And a bunch of stickers. I was kind of just goofing off and getting my groundings here. This is a page. I glued it in from one of the groups I did at my 90-day program. It's about major, like depressive episodes and manic episodes.
Nice. It's all bulleted list and typed out like Word.
Yeah. We're talking about it in our group, and everybody has something to say. And I had established early on that I'm fidgety if I don't have something in hand, so it's okay if I draw. I'm like, oh, of course. And I'm like,
excellent.
All right, I can get through this then. But I love it. It's all these things. What to do, what to not do. I just wrote nope. I don't remember even drawing this. There were probably like 100 sheets like this I just like threw away at the end of the group. I don't want to think about it. But this head was tucked away and I just thought it was, nope. So, I mean, it worked for me, but I had some things to work out. This piece was drawn, once again, I think I was sitting over the corner over here. I got my 2 spots. My friend Brendan, who's a big guy, he used to live next door, and I played banjo. And my banjo needed some work on it. And he's a master at this stuff. And a friend, so he's not even going to charge me.
Right.
He just loves working on stuff. So I was literally sitting there, I was going to meet him, and he keeps like, whatever, and I'm drawing. What it was, I was like, this is me playing my banjo. And that's definitely Brendan, if you knew him. He's a big guy, but like also just a chiller, so that makes sense. But it was like, I was waiting to get my banjo in my hands for the first time in 9 months, and it was like,
oh wow.
And it was funny, it ended up with me sitting on the trash can, the paper box outside, watching him go around. He's like, I'm looking for parking, I'm sorry. But I drew this in anticipation, and I didn't even think about it, I just kind of let it flow. There's a lot of that in here. And some of them I didn't do back pages because you're getting the notebook effect, And like honestly, I'm not gonna glue or do anything that's gonna impact that one's got the one of that.
Right.
And it's really fun. Like dyeing Sharpie markers become shader markers. That's all Sharpie.
Nice.
And it's like the little dyeing ones become shaders and stuff.
The dyeing ones. That's nice.
And this was I heard somebody talking about some shit going down at a pool hall, and this is just my little interpretation of like pool hall go boom. But I think he's there to steal all the balls if I had to.
That's funny.
I like this little dude. I used to be the dumb luck kid when I used to do graffiti.
Nice.
And I put that on the back of there. And this one's another one where a lot of those shading elements and like the dying Sharpies come in and I throw in a little color. A lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, the bunny's great on little roller skates.
Mm-hmm. Those little ball hands. I told you there's gonna be some dirty shit in here.
Oh, that's fine. I love it.
So a couple more like this is like what my graffiti.
Yeah, I really like that a lot.
Yeah, I like just the balance of this page. This one here also.
You're right.
This one was also drawn here. I didn't even really think about it now that like because I do hang out here a lot. I love this place. I've been coming here 17 years. I love this place, and a lot of this was drawn here. Or at least what some art worked on here. But this is definitely a dude, another artist, Matt Stone. It's just him, the singer, everything. It's just like, and it was a night they were hanging out talking, and it's my friend Dylan who's out front. It's funny, it's just like and I don't know this when I'm drawing it, and then I can go back later and like, wait a minute, yeah. But this is a little peek and just this is what my notes look like. I don't know if I can. But this is what like all the shit I gotta get done in a day, you know. And I crossed something out because I didn't agree with it. But that's like when I make notes, it does that, which stems from a thing. My grandmother used to read my journal and my poetry when I was a kid, so I had to do like cuneiform. You know, I had to like spell, like have my, and it came pretty natural because I was like, I don't want people reading my shit. Yeah, this is a really fun one.
I love this.
These two guys.
Okay, so this, I'm just going to make reference to the page because they don't have numbers on. So it's the postal stickers. There's like 4 faces, and on the right-hand side, there's kind of a black-faced, crowish looking character. With a banjo or a guitar.
Yeah, that's me.
Nice.
And my persona.
Hey, it's Pete.
No, Dr. F.
Dr. F.
It's a project I'm working on, and I have this weird mask.
Just guessing, is that Show?
Yeah, he comes up a lot.
Yeah.
No, I just
Show is his son.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there's a couple pictures like straight up Show in this book. But yeah, I was drawing this.
That's fantastic.
Dr. F. He's I got a little mask that's similar to that. Yeah, it's a little performance piece. I've been making music all my life. It's funny. Like, people are like, oh, you don't know what it's like to be a musician. You're a visual artist. I'm like, yeah. Oh, you've been playing 5 years? Okay, cool. Yeah. This was the
beautiful.
Did this one right in this corner here, and I did it like because I had some postal stickers I'd done some spray painting on. So this was layered. I was like spray paint, let it dry, and then go over it with markers, and then stick it here. But this was the first one I put in the book, and this is one of the most favorite things I've ever drawn.
Nice.
Pretty convinced that's Show there too. You see this neat little poisonous fog that comes down here? I'll tell you a story. I had to glue this down with decoupage on that side, so wet got through. Wet got through and touched the nose.
Yeah.
And then it was one of those things where I'm like, oh, cool, but don't ever do that again.
Right.
That is wonderful,
Nice.
but forbidden. But here, this is a little busy on this side. Some more notes, and then obviously Dr. F's. And you can tell right when I got the banjo, and then that's when Dr. F came back to.
Yeah, it reminds kind of like the plague doctor mask.
It is a plague. Yeah, it's very much inspired by that. Haight Ashbury Free Clinic, HFAC, SW, Call Bridget, Cafe International, Jazz Night.
That's fun.
Yeah. But these are what my notes look like. And then I kind of built a whole little...
Yeah, and I like the gem, and I love the colors on the beak and the eyes and the hat and the body. That's amazing.
Fun. While I was in rehab, one of the greatest gifts I got there was a gal, Brian. She never met me before in her life. She came into town years ago. I had some art at a wine bar. She friended me on Facebook. Like one of her friends, I think, has the painting here. You know, we've never met. I was putting it out there that I was in rehab, and she's like, texted me like, "What do you need?" And I was like,
so sweet.
And I was like, I was like, art supplies, and like, it was before they're gonna be letting me hang out with like glass windows and spray paint. You know? Those first 2
baby
weeks.
steps.
Yeah. So I said watercolors, which I ended up rocking it out.
Yeah, I remember you said something that was kind of like it stuck with me about like a lot of people know you from your artwork, and they would always ask you how you're doing after the fact that you had went through something, not while you were going through it.
Right.
And that's a shame.
Oh look, SF MoMA.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that was the Magritte exhibit. And I was putting these. You remember when I was doing the free Wednesday paintings for a while there?
Yeah, you were hiding them around town.
Yeah,
he'd hide little like paintings around town, and you had to go find them and deposit it. Yeah,
it's fun. But I had a big roll of Wednesday stickers And I was like, yeah, so I had to put one in here.
There he is.
Yeah, I had to put some of the classics in here. And I guess this is if Thomas the Tank Engine was a biker or something.
I love that.
There's some in here I don't honestly remember drawing.
Nice.
Also, I was just getting medicated.
Excellent.
So yeah, I know. That one actually, God, it's here because I remember it's a coffee spill. And it was a coffee spill for the longest time. But yeah, that was some over here. And him and a couple others, I had some other notebooks that were, that I was like, let's do this.
Isn't that Titmouse?
The Nipple Spider.
Nipple Spider.
Titmouses actually exist.
Yeah.
This guy's cool. This is kind of
where
it starts to take a different direction. This is some kind of like little hand crank, little thing that, I don't know, some kind of...
The bucket with the face on it is good too. So good.
I got a picture of it, a piece I did. I'm actually mailing off to New York City. But I like the little like sea creature / giraffe little coloring.
Mm-hmm.
This little demon guy.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Coming out of a little hole in the ground.
That's so good.
And once again, you can see it, postal sticker.
Yeah.
And some marker, whiteout pen and Sharpie.
So good.
This is called Complicated Plumbing. And I drew this, once again, sitting over here with a dying Sharpie. It was almost dead. You can see I'm having to push. And then one fine detail one that wasn't doing in straight lines. But it's Complicated Plumbing, all that plumbing that women have.
The ovaries.
Yeah, it's the whole system.
Nice.
It's from a place of love and respect. And this guy's
That's fantastic too.
I'm really happy with that one.
That one's the colors, the balance, everything.
Thank you. I was really happy with that. This here, I do my version of Greek gods. This is Show Pan Joe.
Nice.
My son's Show as Pan, playing banjo. An interesting note, my banjo is actually made out of a pan, so Show Pan Joe. It's
the whole tie-in.
Yeah, it's all there. Well, his best friend is Pat Minotaur. See, the regular Minotaur had the big giant axe. He's like, you kind of like, just need a hatchet, a little hatchet.
Oh, that's brilliant. Too.
That's a lot like when my older graffiti stuff used to. Like, when I started working on these stickers again, it just came back like it did, and it was like so awesome to know. Like, wait, I have it all. Yeah.
You're like, I have a repertoire.
Yeah. Well, 20 years I've been doing this now. Like going on 18 here in San Francisco. But before I left Minneapolis, I was doing graffiti. I was doing mini comics. If I was awake, I was drawing or painting. Mostly drawing. And things broke for me. Like so many breakthroughs happened for me when I got to San Francisco. Like I hardly worked with color at all until I got here.
So before you flip, just referencing a page, it's a postal sticker. It's got
opposite Pat Minotaur.
Yeah, it's got blues and greens and pink background with looks kind of like a Jack in the Box spring with a face with a hand puppet of a cat.
That's true.
These are great too.
That's what I'm saying. So I had to kind of like draw something dumb, like I've been drawing like all this like.
You're like gonna lighten it up a bit.
No, you know what I mean. Like you've been working on this, and it's like, can I just like have a fat kid eating a nice
spiral?
Nice. Just like remember who?
But I like that the ice cream's dead.
Yeah, kill that bitch.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And those are just like how I do on my. I've got it in here with call it the confetti background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've seen it, yeah.
What I do is I just like hit spray paint on a piece of paper and let it drop. Just make sure everything's level so it makes little perfect little spots.
Right.
And I did some on a sticker and I was like, what am I going to do? And I stuck both of these on there because the colors and the background coordinated. I had none of this drawn on there, just those dots. And then had a really nice edible marijuana cookie.
Nice.
And some good music playing and I'm going to like, I don't know, we're going to make a little garden thing going on here. This one.
That is amazing.
Thank you. It was like, I didn't like this at first.
That is stunning.
It took me a while to open up and love it, and I was thinking about the end of it, and I love her.
I want to see that like flying around.
It's great. Like just how expressive. Like just using like.
Yeah, it's like.
And all that dying Sharpie markers, like, and then to get.
It looks like sculpted, like almost.
Thank you. There's some.
And I like the little like kind of spacey aspect to it. The headphone.
Yeah, cybernetic.
That's so good.
That's all. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I know you just probably beat a bear.
Oh, I know.
This one is unique.
That one's good too.
There is a lovely. I've got a girlfriend now and stuff, and that's all great. But this is when I was in here. One night I started running here. There's a girl that works here named Amanda, and she's very beautiful and very kind. and warm.
And you obviously wanted to see her nipples.
I did. I actually, shortly, the book wasn't even finished. And I showed this hardly to anybody, a couple of my close friends, like, and artist buddies. Because it's nice when you got some detailed shit like this. Like, it's not all just like dinky robots and shit, man. I got dark, I got weird.
Right.
Yeah.
There's room to do it.
I know how to do shading and light and color. But no, I did this picture because she was on my mind. It was basically.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, thank you. And I debated whether or not.
I like the whole kind of like it's a little sad but optimistic.
She said, that's what she said when I showed it to her. She says, like, I look sad and tired. I was like, I always see you at work.
Yeah, let me see you at a concert with a couple beers in you.
Yeah, we should hang out.
Right?
Yeah.
That may make you happy.
But no, it was funny because like she's with somebody and I'm with somebody now. But I had enough courage one night to like I'm gonna fucking show her. And I went up and I was like, I don't know if this is like the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do. I was like, I don't know if you knew this, but I always had a crush on you. And she's like, I'll stop you right there. I've always had a crush on you too. You're going with somebody. He's like, I'm with somebody too. That's not what I'm doing here.
Right.
She's like, and it was like, okay.
Very nice.
And it made it a lot easier to talk. And I was like, I drew this picture because you were on my mind. She was like, she loved it, but she was like, I look sad and tired. I always see you at work.
But I also like that she's kind of sloshy in your brain.
Yeah. She's hanging out in the bathtub in my mind. And I think this is kind of what you're going to notice this happens. I left some of these pages blank so you can kind of see this might be where it starts. The square there, right? Well, there was a line there. So it was like, well, connect the dots, motherfucker.
You leapt off from it. Yeah, nice.
But if you'll notice, I think this might be the spot. Yeah. Where you can see the parallels to them. Now you flip this, and you just look that way.
Nice. And that's show again.
Show, of course, yeah, that one's.
It's so weird. I can tell him like it literally looks like him.
It's funny because I used to draw a lot of self-portraits before he was born. Now I draw anything, I'm drawing what used to be my self-portraits, like back when I was young and handsome. No, I did this thing. I almost got dolled up for you today, but.
Part of my gag was like when I text him, I'm like, wear something slutty.
Well, I'm wearing my great-grandfather's overalls.
Yeah, which are great.
There's no underwear.
Excellent. Nice.
Easy breezy. No, when was it about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I went and I had not had my own prescription or my right prescription and decent glasses in over going on 2 years.
Yeah.
I never do. Had these really nice frames that a friend of mine gave me, and so I went one day and I got new shoes, a haircut, and new glasses. Oh man! I was like, dude, any one of those experiences,
feeling
right?
cute.
It was beyond that because like any one of those experiences would make you feel like a new man.
Yeah.
But you do all three in one day. It's like, who the fuck am I?
A little pep in your step.
But I have it. I put a little pomade in my hair, slick it back. I like to pretend I'm David Lynch. Yeah.
David Lynch, that's hilarious.
But yeah, here, see
We need a tattoo of like marching ants going up.
Let's say
That's
a little
good.
comic thing. Another little expressive face down in there.
What is the shape? Is it a wishbone shape or is it?
A wishbone, slightly representative of like, I don't know, if a JJ or a wishbone or, you can see a lot of different things.
Sure.
I remember Doug, the old owner at 440 who passed away, he got one of my early pieces with this in it. And I said something about it being iconic or like, iconic or like a, veggie shape. He's like, fuck that, it's a pork chop. But don't tell me that, I bought that thing.
I thought it was a pork chop.
I was like, all right, cool. That's why I find it, like, unless it's a situation like this, the less you say about your art, the better. Because, like, if someone might see something like...
Completely.
Yeah, and then to you, it's like, I will actually, if you knew the fart joke, it was based on that. I don't actually remember painting, but he's on little roller skates. He's so nervous up there. He doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, that's hilarity.
I don't know. I didn't know that one. This was another, like, okay, you're Pete Doolittle. Pete Doolittle guy. And I like he's kind of got like what did I just see? And then I actually
you reversed it.
I reinforced him on that side. My friend's gonna come through. We're all doing our little bit here to document the moment. But my friend Claudia is gonna come through and take a couple like candid pictures of us.
Oh sure.
Looking through the notebook. I'm texting her right now. She's out front. No, you don't have to pause it.
No, I'm just making sure it's still recording. I'm good. I'd rather see get as much as we can. Hopefully this will all work out. So we're looking at like a pipe-smoking monkey in a wagon.
It looks like a bubble pipe though. It's
Bubble pipe.
He used to smoke, but he doesn't want to vape. It's like the vaping of it.
What's the point? So the question is, did you get a chance to scan this?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And I got one of the fine fellows work up at Castro Country Club. It's like
Was that Laverne on your phone?
I miss Penny Marshall.
I do.
I always thought we were gonna get to hang out. What was the question?
Oh, did you scan it?
Yeah, a friend of mine who works at Castro Country Club. He got to scan it at work.
Good,
Just
good.
knocked it out. I traded him a piece of art.
Sure, yeah.
I drew a couple penguins to get. Here's this guy.
Nice.
And this is like a kind of a neat effect I've gotten with the cigarette smoke. I do a white outline, and then I just.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And sometimes if you gotta, if you've done that with your whiteout pen and you get a little black from some ink on it, it gives it like this weird little undershadow. It's like,
Nice.
Makes you look like you're like an old master painting. I'm just.
You're like adding a drop shadow while you're creating.
Yeah. It's a weird thing. She's interesting.
Cute, like Venus de Milo kitty.
That was definitely Venus de Milo. She loves her carrots.
And that dress.
I know, right?
That's a Halloween costume. Nice. Totem. I'm assuming that's just your penis.
No, it's my butt plug. Don't be gross.
Antenna and all.
Oh yeah.
Nice. The broken bone, the mushroom. Oh, this is so good. Turquoise and pink.
This is one of the later pieces going back and finishing the other side. Because I went through, and I was almost done before I started like, going, because I wanted to go,
Yeah, did you feel kind of like forced to start from like the left all the way to the right? Or did you...
I did. I was thinking, I had other ideas, like of the ways I could do, but it was just like...
Your approach?
And it was like, dude, you're like doing like 96 pages here. Why don't you... you
Get started.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. I mean, this honestly looks like this would be in Palm Springs somewhere.
Love that eye.
That's great.
Yeah, this was towards the end. I was going back and filling the back pages of these. A couple different stickers. And I love that they're even the little
gorgeous.
echo of the rattlesnake thing.
Oh, nice.
Because I was actually, this whole thing was a study to see how good with these new markers I could do grass.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can do it pretty good.
Yeah.
But I love how even him, just the composition, you get a couple of those little echoes in there. And this guy,
so good.
He's got all these eyes, no mouth. So how's he gonna eat his fucking banana split, man? He's like, look at that. You can tell he's frustrated. He's like, man,
Fuck.
I don't get.
And is that a worm with a crown on his lapel?
First time I've drawn that, and I've now put that in 2, maybe 3 window
good.
painting. Yeah, I was happy with it. I use those pink colors too, like red and pink. Yeah, I was happy with that guy.
Oh my goodness, so good, so good, so good.
This is my son, obviously. This right here, if you look coming out, dumb glove. I didn't like the hand, I guess, and I don't remember doing that, but it happened.
And I always love the way you like put the color through his eyes, like stretch it out.
I don't know what made me start doing that, but I started doing it.
And then it kind of goes into like a vine with like, is that birds or people?
He's up here.
The golf course, putting green.
I had told the story recently, like before drawing this. I was going over to do a Jackson Pollock splatter painting class with a bunch of 3rd graders that my friend teaches in Sunset Elementary. We did it a couple of years in a row, a lot of fun. There's nothing more fun than throwing paint around with 3rd graders.
Right, I'm like, wow.
Shit is good. But I was living over in the Richmond district, and I had to walk, and I had pretty much, I woke up in the morning, Show was with his mom. He was like still a baby age. I think he was with his mom. And I was just like, well, I got several hours to talk to school. I'll just walk through the park just to make a nice little walk of it. I walk over by the golf course. I'm kind of like behind the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized that's where the ravens have their nests.
Oh.
And I noticed this as I'm walking. I'm like, wow, there's some ravens around here. Holy shit, there's some ravens around here. And there were like ravens,
they're
inches from my face.
Quietly whispering,
murder. No, they were not quietly whispering. No, they were. So there was this I'm going to be,
So this is how it ends.
Alfred Hitchcock told me about this.
Run, Tipper, run.
But yeah, I had told that story, and it came out like that. And I'm starting to learn that, like, this book was a big exercise in that, learning for me, like, how that happens. Like, would I just gonna, like, freestyle?
You know, I have to be honest, like when I pitched this to you the first time, you were like, yeah. Like, right away, like, yeah. I'm like, that was...
I wanted to do it, yeah.
Okay, awesome. I had, like, a list of, like, arguments, like, I gotta get him to say this, I gotta get him to do that. And, like, no, he was just like, okay, this sounds good, let's do it. He's like, send me supplies.
We did it, too. I was on board immediately. No, I remember you sent me that, and I thought about it, I was like, yeah.
That's so good.
Oh, thank you.
In my head, this references Keith Haring painting Grace Jones. I'm kind of in that frame set right
I'll
now.
take that.
Yeah, I like that a lot. So good.
I like this, I like the little guy falling.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be something on the back of this that matches it.
Mm-hmm. I just let it go.
Yeah, that looked.
Because it looked too good to.
That actually looks. I think it looks better kind of on this side than the
a little halftone.
Yeah. Which, funny enough, is that's kind of what you do though, right? When you paint, you're painting in reverse on windows, kind of like the outline first and the colors.
Yeah, it turned out. Yeah, this was too good to put anything.
That's fantastic.
All right, this is one. There's a couple of them. Yeah, there's one back here too. I'll point it out when we get to it. One-line drawings, like one consecutive line. Both characters, one consecutive line.
Very cool. So we're looking like two really bright busts. That's amazing.
Yeah, and I didn't just throw some color in. Yeah, and it even got like really nice little details and highlights on the heart in there. And this is definitely my son because he has a point raised shirt. And you had to have some, the classic two together, one with the eyes closed, one with the eyes open. You gotta have the guys.
It's so funny, like, I never would have recognized that, but like now that you say it, it's like it's so obvious.
The macho robot. Fucking. So this is a funny one. I was sitting over here at this counter, and my friend Brendan was sitting across from me, and I was drawing. Dr. F was gonna be making an appearance, and then he, without asking, just grabbed a pen and started drawing on the other side. And this was like, I'm not gonna have my friend, like it was like, and he was like the guy fixed my banjo, a little bit. But we sat there, and I kind of just drew this while he did it. And this was like, we were joking. It's like, it's our new app idea. You got an app, you call a guy, do you need your house painted? Do you need personal security? Do you need kinky sex party stuff? And he comes over and lectures.
Days.
You bet you're the right people, though. It's so dumb. Like,
That doesn't work, right?
What do you drew a poop head guy?
Why not? I'm doing it on Thursday night anyway.
I was doing it for free all these years. I had to do a skull. This guy is interesting, too.
So that's like Pride Skull.
Totally. Yeah. Reggae pride skull. The best kind.
Nice.
This little guy in a little bathtub.
In another tub. Nice.
Yeah, this popped up a few times.
And I like your crown. I see this.
That's Basquiat.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's totally Basquiat because have you seen the Mammoth ski resort sticker? Their logo. It looks very much like that.
No, everybody rips him off.
Yeah, for sure. And we just came from it too. With Andy Warhol, they had some of his stuff that he worked with Basquiat. It's amazing.
Oh, for sure. I like the guy a lot. And it's such I see why I use it. It's like so powerful. Like it's like an interview. It's a very gratifying, I guess.
Yeah.
Like for such simple line work. And
wicked sharp.
It's one of those guys.
Fantastic.
I was living over in Vallejo for a little bit, and I'm pretty sure this is my interpretation of my roommate. It's kind of a big.
Your absence of color there on the opposite side of this is really effective.
Yeah, a lot of this works is like the
open
one.
page.
Yeah. Well, I got it scanned. I have to print one for myself because I'm really sad. I'm no, I'm not going to be able to just be like, but it's right there.
Send me another picture of that.
He's got it.
So we're looking at an open face of, on the left-hand side, it's orange and green. Sort of looks like a pop-up Jack-in-the-Box. On the right-hand side, it's like a guy in all white wearing a all-white outfit, and it's very effective. His eyeball is shooting out little red dots. It's very, very...
He's watching you.
I like it.
He's over there. We'll see what else we got. Oh, yeah.
So good. Oh, look at that precious face.
This is me using, you see the line work I use like in my pieces? I'm using the same markers as this. They're pink markers. They're just really permanent. They're made for striking on metal and glass. Like, if you go to the impound lot to pick up your car and they rotate.
Oh, yeah, never. Yeah,
that's the stuff I use.
But
I love that. I know that little.
The nose and like.
Yeah, it's like a clown possum, but not creepy somehow.
Right. in the perspective of what you grew him, I feel like we're kind of like hovering and looking down at him a little, just because of his legs. But so cute.
Thank you. I was really happy with that one. That one, and this one. We're done. Like I did that, and then I did that, or I can't remember which one came first. But like I was working with same markers and shit. Another one-line drawing with a little bee for a heart there.
That's
my
good.
son, obviously. Like I said, I don't set out for it to be that way. Probably him too.
Pete. So expressive. Both of them.
We're getting close to one of the more interesting parts of the book, in my opinion.
Cobra.
King and Queen.
So King Cobra and Queen Bee. Nice.
I forgot about that one. That's awesome.
Also the crown, the dots. I like it.
This guy has got a little mix-up of everything there. Just getting plugged in. But one thing that's interesting. So note the antlers. They bleed over, and then there's an antler guy. That happened by just organically.
Yeah, serendipitous.
And you see a couple little faces kind of muted out in there.
Love. Oh my god, that looks like Captain Hook's claw. I love the.
I drew this one at the house I was at Rehab Center, Robertson Place. It was right across from the botanical garden, so I was like, we go for walks in the park every day. It was not bad.
Oh, in Golden Gate?
It was like 9th and Lincoln, right across from the botanical garden.
Fabulous.
That's a spray paint and Sharpie. And then the markers I use for the windows in the little frame. Actually, drew this one at her house. It's my girlfriend Claudia. Is there any chance you could grab my bag? Baby, is there any chance you could grab me my bag? Yeah. Oh, thank you so much. Now I realize I have to show you something in one of my notebooks. I gotta put that away because that's a whole other story. Actually, you getting this done for you is like, okay, now get a notebook completely done for yourself, Pete. Maybe have a couple of them on the wall.
Excellent.
Draw, motherfucker. Well, no, this is a great project because.
And my story behind this is I have a few what I call approachable artists, stuff that you don't see in galleries, museums. You're never going to see them on the street or in person. I'm doing same thing similar with other friends and having them. So eventually I'll have the Matthew Hadamio volume of favorite artists kind of thing.
Fuck yeah.
Guess I'll have all my favorites just lined up.
Well, I'm glad to be a part of it.
You're the first, actually.
You top them all.
You popped my art cherry, Pete.
Not the first one, baby. I like it. I drew this at her house one night at an art night when she had a friend over. Also starts off with just some notes I was making. And then I just... weird little pug bear that's a worm, but is he also this guy?
Nice. I like that you call him a pug bear.
This little dude over here with his snake tongue.
Good.
Little cartoon hand. I'd forgotten about that one until I was going through it earlier.
I like that face. So much weight in the world on that face.
Yeah. This one here is a neat little composition. He's got a brown eye. Waka. Well, I like this weird pyramid thing with legs guarding its nest over here.
Nice.
Those are little eggs in there. But there's a lot in this book too. I'm gonna try to not get distracted. Keep on the subject.
Nice.
But.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Yeah, you can just see that composition just really seems to work for me. You know what I mean? Also with dyeing colored Sharpies. I like this one, you can't tell if it's a hand or a tree, the brain.
Nice, the brain.
Anyways, enough of that crap. Focus, Pete, focus.
Are you right-handed?
Yes. Yeah. And this is kind of neat, also with those doing a little shading with the dyeing markers. Looks like his face is either going to or coming out of there. because it's a
Oh
cube.
yeah, like out of the square.
And that was the first. I think that was the first time I kind of played with that. So I decided the next page was.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I see
like
it, like detachable body parts.
Yeah. Because I've done kind of like I did a whole series of these years ago called Separation Anxiety, and it was like all the different parts going different ways. And they're having some kind of argument, I think.
Yeah, there's something going on, right?
There was a conflict, yeah.
You're right. You're right. Now that you mentioned, I see that composition, like top right, kind of.
But when I was going through and I did that one and yours, and I was like, where have I seen this before?
And you know, from like a marketing classes that I've taken before, when you're looking at magazines, particularly like publications, this is the most expensive ad space. So it's like your eye goes there and then it like builds around, like composition wise. But
Works.
it's fun.
So many little faces
Chuck
in
on a
this.
platform.
Face. Oh.
I like the noises you give when you point.
This reminds me of my grandma's old Chevy Love pickup truck. Okay, this is pretty cool.
That was one of the previews you sent me, and this is very, to me, it feels very native, like Inuit kind of Eskimo-y people. I like this a lot. Your lines are heavy and thick, and
That's how I started this one. Was I took a marker and just started here, big thick, chisel tip marker, Sharpie, and I used every size, from fine point to the big fat chisel tip, and the detail, like I said, with the little shading ones. I like the little stomach with like a pyramid and some little pig and weird little spring box.
it's so funny. You actually gave me a little anxiety over it, because I would never ask you really to do anything for me in like commissioning wise. But when I saw this, I was like, oh, tell me he's not in a no color phase. I'm like a little bit of my heart dropped. Like I wanted to see.
It's all
color.
black and
Yeah.
not even black and white, gray and beige.
Yeah. I was like, no. What did I do to Pete?
There's color. I put in some gray, man.
Yeah.
What are you talking?
That's good. Very nice.
Yeah, that one definitely. I would just like. It's so good there. To the second I'd feel like if you're like, I'm gonna make that yellow and that blue, and no, I did it wrong. Yeah. Like
honestly,
it's busy enough as it is.
It really looks like you were looking at some sort of carving, and you decided to kind of like I don't know.
I was in a weird place. I was a little frustrated with who I was staying with. He was being a pain in the ass. When me and my son were there, and there was stupid TV on, and he was drunk, and I just wasn't out. That's when I said, just like, I'm gonna ignore everything in the world and be right here on this page. Yeah, the skull guy. I like him.
Oh, nice.
That doesn't say anything, or it wasn't meant to. I don't know if it does.
I see beer.
I see beer too. I might have another one now that you mention it.
Bone beer.
Well, I like it's got a lot of things other paintings never had. Like I've got a weird cat bear thing with a bolo tie. We need to bring back the bolo tie, man.
My senior picture is me wearing a bolo tie with a piece of quartz in it. Hilarious. Because I was like rebelling because they told the seniors that they had to wear ties. I'm like, fine, I'll wear the most ridiculous tie on the planet. Bolo ties.
So, I hope you're not disappointed in this, but when I got the book, I knew one thing I wanted to put in it because I'm making a book, and I was treating it as a book. Not like a sketchbook too, but like it's a book. So, beginning, middle, end, and I was like, 13's always been a magic number. How many letters are in Pete Doolittle? So I knew at one spot in the book there was going to be. I'm glad I did work out this way. I was going to get like a chapter 13 from some other book and like decoupage it in there, like I glued other things. But I like that just even better. Chapter 13. So yes, this is the finale.
I love that.
And this is out of that same skull book. It was about forensics and stuff that came out of. Remains of the man under the bridge. And he's kind of got a Major Tom's paranoid uncle kind of thing going on.
Nice.
A little face in his gut. I like the way the legs came out in here.
I do too.
I've done a couple other more sketches.
It just makes you think he's like kind of really hollow inside. Like a bell.
This is really cool. up. Like there's some kind of longing going on.
Yeah, a
here.
little dead mushroom. But there's lots of little mushrooms. Like, was she thinking about having lots of little mushrooms?
I don't know what's good. It's I like that's what I think. It's like, I mean, there is no wrong answer. I don't believe. No.
No. Stupid.
So this next page, I picked up the book when I was in rehab. I was walking back from getting a coffee or something, and they had that little green apple, like, you know. Oh, they're franchising now. They're not just a shop on Clement. Green Apple's got a bookstore over on Ninth, right where I was at. I was going by. They always have like budget books and stuff, and like, you know, I was in a limited space. I wasn't looking to pick up a lot of books or, you know, like too much crap. But I looked up and it was Medieval Monsters, and it was like not that thick. All the pictures, like all the stuff that'd be like in the corner, like of old, you know, scripts, and just like old, like weird little, like Hieronymus Bosch looking, you know, that kind of things. And I had the book for a while, and I picked it up because it was like $4, and I was like, dude, that's cheaper than I think my coffee was. I'm gonna go get this book. You know, as an artist, that's reference material and just like inspiring. And I sat down one morning and I read the book, start to finish. It's like a little paragraph or two on each page explaining each demon or whatever you're gonna do. But I came here with my markers, like, I'm gonna do a Medieval Monsters one.
Nice.
And this guy is so inspired by this one character because he had a face for a crotch. And this little guy here. But best $4 I've ever spent on a book. It was like one of them hot damn.
Nice. And are those rings on this figure?
Something like that, or like little. It might be. It's a glove. So it's maybe like robotic joints of some sort. This one's an eyeball.
Nice.
And he's got a butthole full of belly button. And fuck that pyramid. You know what I mean? Well, either fuck that pyramid or that's the pyramid we're fucking with. You know what I mean? It's hard to say.
It's more pyramid than the other pyramids.
It's kind of like one of them, like, is the glass half empty, half full kind of thing. You know what I mean? It tells more about a person, basically.
Wow.
3 bears.
Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah, once again, this was a lot like what my old graffiti stickers used to look like. And I'd spent some time on them. Free stickers from the mail, though, you know? And you're not stealing them.
No,
they're complimentary. You can't steal things that are complimentary. I've had that conversation with the police before. It's another story for another time. You can't. I was right, or at least like, yeah.
Try and prosecute it.
Yeah, there was no prosecution. Why?
That is beautiful.
Not.
Okay, so I'm looking at a postal sticker, square with a face, flower coming out, and a totem of 3 teddy bears, XOX, with an eye on top and a pyramid. Just to make sure I'm referencing when we're talking.
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Yes.
There's a butt, and then there's a pigeon's butt. And there's some titties too. I forgot about the titties. Because there's a little like sock puppet rabbit going on. Hair.
But that kind of like resting bitch face on him that was fun. That like pouty kind of duck lip. Like, which asshole should he choose?
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? And I took the eye from the other side.
Nice.
Kind of made a whole other thing. I thought about building down to there, but I kind of like this plan too. Like I said, most of the pages are but I had to leave a couple because it's like, that's no books. You know what I mean? Like nobody else gets. You see that, right? You don't see the back of the. You know what I mean?
No, I'm good with that. That's fine. Hilarious, like right.
Well, after our conversation,
that was because he draws his little mushroom. He has probably like he did a little painting, and he was walking. He took a picture of himself walking with it. But I could see his feet, so the little mushroom actually looked like his penis head. So I was like, "Yay, Pete's penis!"
Oh, good. That should be a fucking skit.
They always reminded me of mushrooms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mushrooms.
Or
So the choke stool. Yeah, after that whole thing with you pointed out when I held it down. I don't know if you noticed after you told me that I started making a point to do it.
It was hilarious.
I don't think nobody else is. I bet there's people that pick it up on it but just didn't say it.
I like this guy because he's kind of like unabashed. Like it's like he was playing soccer with his friends. He's like, "Hey, hold on a minute."
Yeah, I gotta go.
Just like
Just be a minute, guys.
Beautiful. Did I miss anything? Nice.
I don't have any idea. I don't know what to say about that. So it's that guy. He's just, he took a nap for a while, maybe wondering what happened. And this one is like brutal and horrible. But this is what my artwork used to look like in Minneapolis in the late 90s. It was really my only friend.
Hilarious.
And the funny thing is I'd drawn that, and that wasn't there. What had happened was
It bled over.
and I went to go like that, and it was like, oh, perfect. And it's this is like
Green Range.
and Missing Person. It's a little Mexican wrestler. That's it. And then my stickers from the frames I buy.
Nice.
And here's something funny. This is actually one of the first things I tried, or I started out on. It's a Whippet dog. It came in a little frame. And I was going to put a Devo hat on it, make it like Whippet good.
Hilarious.
But check it out. I put the little red and then I smudge it.
And then and then it took off.
And then here we are, ladies and gentlemen. like seriously, it was just going to be the most simple thing. There wasn't going to be this. But yeah, it was just this little thing you feel. And then it was like the red. No. Then it's a rainbow. It goes up to a pipe. There's some weird shit with a cannon. Not like it's like the cannon's lit. Like a fucking weaponized Whippet. Dangerous.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you get anything in there. And on the back page, 'tis the signature.
Nice.
A little Johann Sebastian Bach and some Chinese shit. Because I tried to rip this poster off in a place that looked cool, and all I got was the writing.
The writing.
And it was like a cool image. I'm like, well, that. Okay. But not a bad book.
Well, it's brilliant.
Like it.
Personal fave?
This is the best thing I've ever done. Like as an artist, and it's like not just like not just one piece. Like I don't finish notebooks. Like here, I'll show you a notebook I've been working on